Hey guys, and welcome back. We are here for a bookish Would You Rather. I think this is going to be fun. I hope so. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, and let's get cozy. Bookish Would You Rather. So, we're going to go through a series of questions. Would you rather A or B? I heard about this from Elliot Brooks' channel. I love following her booktube. So, I thought it would be fun for us to do together too. Okay, are you ready for the first Would You Rather question? Would you rather meet your favorite author only to have them be super rude to you, or meet your favorite author and they're super nice, but you do something really embarrassing in front of them? So, super rude author, super nice author, but you make a fool of yourself. I'm definitely going to go with super nice author, but I do something embarrassing in front of them. I think I'd rather meet an author and have them be super nice. If they're super nice, they're not going to worry about if you did something embarrassing in front of them. And I would imagine that being an author on the road doing signings can get a little monotonous, meeting people all the time, similar questions. I'm sure it's fun, but if embarrassing things happen, it might make their day a little better too, a story to tell later. So I would definitely do meet your favorite author and they're nice, but you did something embarrassing in front of them. Okay, so next one is, would you rather have a high budget adaptation of your favorite book, but the casting isn't very good, or have a terrible budget, but the casting is great? Ooh, that's tough. I feel like those two don't usually go together. I feel like if you have high adaptation, high budget, you usually have good casting. So I think what kicks me out most of TV shows and adaptations and movies is the acting. If I don't feel like I'm in the story, and usually terrible acting will bump me out, then I don't enjoy it as much. Whereas it could be really good casting but low budget and I'll enjoy it. So I think I'll go with that one. Have a terrible budget, but the casting is great. Right? Maybe if we really enjoy it, if it's a TV series, season one, then the following seasons they get a little bit more budget, that can improve. So I'm going to go with casting is great. Next, would you rather? Would you rather only get to read 2 to 4 star books for a year, or read only 1 and 5 star books for a year? And for either option, you can't DNF anything. So you couldn't just pick the 1 and 5 stars and just DNF all your ones. You have to power through and read. So do you want like mostly average readings for the year, or do you want some really terrible ones and some really good ones? I think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with read only 1 and 5 star books for 1 year for a couple of reasons. One, you get introduced to some really great books. Two, sometimes it can be kind of fun in an odd way to read a 1 star book. If you haven't seen my review of Death's Daughter by Amber Benson, definitely check that out. That was my first kind of like rant/review, and it was fun. So it would give me more booktube content if I had some 1 star reads that had like a funny thing to rant about. It would be kind of tough to power through a bunch of 1 star reads in a year, but you also are getting a lot of 5 star reads, and there's nothing like the feeling that a 5 star read gives you. Nothing. It feels so incredible to be so immersed in the story, to have it follow you around for probably a really long time, if not the rest of your life, a long time, having those good memories with that book. So I'm going to go with read only 1 and 5 star books for a year. Okay, would you rather number 4? Would you rather read a good book, but it has way too many cliches, or read an okay book, but it's really unique and does cool things with tropes? I think I'm okay with cliches if it's a really good book. So we're already saying it's a really good book and it has a lot of cliches, then I'm okay. There's a lot that I can bypass if I'm enjoying the book. There's a lot that I can just kind of brush off and ignore if it's a really good book. If it's an okay book, and is doing something unique and cool, I'll probably enjoy it. But if I had to choose between the two, I'm going to go with a really good book that has way too many cliches. I don't know. What do you think? Okay, would you rather number 5? Have a super boring main character but a fantastic love interest, or have a fantastic main character but a super boring love interest? I am a very character-driven reader, but if there's at least one character I love, it doesn't necessarily always have to be the main character. But I'm also not like only driven by romance, so I think I'm gonna do fantastic main character but a super boring love interest. Maybe their love interest will change over time. Maybe it's not the main focus of the book. I don't know. Let's go with fantastic main character. Okay, would you rather number 6? Read an okay book with a great ending, or read a great book with a disappointing ending? Definitely the first one. Let's read an okay book with a great ending. It's rough when you've been really, really enjoying a book and you get to the end and it's like, bleh. It does change the taste of the whole book for me. So I'm definitely going to go with an okay book that has a great ending. To me, a book with a disappointing ending is not going to be a great book, but I get it. Like, it's really enjoyable up until the ending. So read an okay book with a great ending for sure. And then our final would you rather is have one major character death spoiled for you, or have to read a terrible use of the resurrection trope. So the idea that somebody dies and then is resurrected or comes back in some way. I'm definitely going to read a terrible use of the resurrection trope. I love a good resurrection trope. I always skip ahead if one of my characters dies or seems to die and I have a feeling that they haven't. I'll skip ahead until they like reappear and then I'll go back just to confirm that everything's okay. So I do not mind the resurrection trope at all. I have never read something that in my opinion was a terrible use of the resurrection trope, so maybe that would change my mind. But I would not want a major character death spoiled. I think I could probably still read the book, but when something huge is spoiled in a book, you're always like kind of thinking about it the whole time you're reading, like when am I going to get to this point? And I'm not enjoying it as much as I might have if I had not known that. So I'm definitely going to go with have to read a terrible use of the resurrection trope. And that's our Would You Rather. That was kind of fun. I kind of want to dig up some other Would You Rather bookish questions. What do you think? Would that be something we could do together? Let me know your answers below. I'd love to hear. I'd love to especially hear your answer to the first one about meeting an author. Would you rather have them be rude or super nice, but you did something embarrassing? Let me know if you feel the same or differently. Thank you so much for hanging out for another video, and hopefully I'll see you in another one very soon. Bye, guys.